The downloadable content, episode Aigis, The Answer, is now available. To play, select Change Episode from the title screen. Welcome back, my friendly friends, to the first episode of episode Aigis, even though I prefer The Answer. So, I'm expecting the graphic to get... Yeah, I'm not sure if that one's going to be as popular as Full Moon, Full Life, I can't lie to you. But as someone who's beaten The Answer several times, it doesn't look like, okay, it was very pie in the sky, but something a couple of people have actually pointed out was if we ever got a remake of this, was for there to be like third tier personas, but clearly that's probably not going to be the case. But, alright. Persona 3 Reload episode Aigis, which is what it was called. So they only, like, I'm glad they kept The Answer, but only for, like, the name thing. Clearly, in order for it to be more one-to-one with the Japanese thing, a lot of the new fans are just gonna know this as episode Aigis, which is, whatever, I'll still call it The Answer. But, let's hit that new game. A portion of your existing save data can be carried over when starting. So this is new. There was no carryover data in the original The Answer. It was a completely separate save. Okay, and there was no Persona Compendium in the original Answer. That's also new. By carrying over save data, you'll be able to use any costumes you've previously obtained, as well as your Persona Compendium. Note that your Persona Compendium data won't be able to be used on the highest difficulty, Heartless. Furthermore, you will not be able to carry over save data later or redo the carryover using a different save. Sure, save data cannot be carried over from the network slot. Alright. Yes. So, we're gonna go ahead and do this one. Peaceful Heartless. Interesting. Velvet Bookmark. The following DLCs have been detected, and yes, I've since actually purchased, well, the DLCs I cared about because I don't like the following DLCs. Purchase DLC. Alright, that's fine.
This ordeal, it may be that we brought it upon ourselves. future exists is not a guarantee that all will have access to it. It's something so obvious, and yet we did not understand it. There was little we did understand. We didn't know how to use the key to unlock our future.
So, I'm wondering if this is going to be like, aside from the Persona Compendium, this might be a one-to-one. Whoa, that's different. The text box before everything changed. March 31st, 2010, 1:30 p.m.
Hello?
Oh, there was no conversation. Oh, okay, because Fuka just... So in Fess, Fuka actually just walks away from the window telling us the results of this conversation.
Hey, Yukari-chan? It's me. Are you coming today? Oh, didn't you see the message I left on the board? I have cram school today.
Oh, wait, that sounds familiar. Whatever.
I know, but... I already left my stuff at the dorm, so there's no need for me to be there in person, right?
Oh, no, I think I might be wrong. Well, it's been a while since I played the answer, but yeah.
I suppose not, but... Are you sure?
Actually, the last time I beat the answer was last year. Huh.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, sorry, break's almost over. I gotta go. Tell everyone I said hi, okay?
Yeah, she is not trying to come back to this place.
Yukari-chan's not coming after all.
Sonata-san said he'd be training at the gym, so I don't think he's coming either.
Yep. Man, it's so much lonelier at the dorm.
Man, what is up with those two? This is the last day we have before the dorm closes down. With all our memories of this place, you'd think they want to see it off together, you know?
Yeah, Koromaru knows what time it is. He knows why they don't want to be there.
It is what it is. Everyone deals with things in their own way. It's up to each of us to choose our own path from here. We can't deny them that.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But still, it's so sad.
Besides, I can hardly blame them. Things have only been getting busier. If I didn't have to reclaim these, I may not have made it here myself.
You can't just let us have our evokers, Mitsuru. Come on.
Guess it's finally time to say goodbye to our evokers. Kinda bums me out, but it's not like we got a use for them anymore.
That's true. With the Dark Hour gone, can they even summon their personas? I know the arena games happen, but the Midnight Channel environment is basically the same thing.
Let's see, 2, 4... Oh wait, how many are there supposed to be?
In total, 10.
I guess. I believe this is all of them.
Huh? You had one too, Aigis-san?
No, she didn't. She was hanging on to ours.
That's right. You had his for safekeeping.
Hey, come on. Let's not get all down in the dumps about it.
Mood Maker Junpei doing what he's got to do in order to keep the energy levels up.
I don't think he would have wanted to see us like this.
Sorry. You're right. We've already said our goodbyes.
And it's not like as much as it sucks, they were already used to this sort of thing.
It's just... I can't help wondering... why?
Yeah. So when Fest first came out, obviously, because you know the game ended how it originally did back in vanilla. So this is like on the first playthrough, this is what people would have been wondering. But the game is like what? 16 years old, so I highly doubt there's anyone going into the answer who wasn't already fully aware of what happened.
There didn't seem to be anything wrong with him. It just looked like he fell asleep, didn't it?
He must have used up the rest of his power to protect us at the final battle. I don't think it's worth speculating on the reasons. The one thing I feel certain of is that he wouldn't have blamed any of us for what happened.
No. Would have wanted you guys to go ahead and keep moving.
Yeah. Sean's got that right. You know? I'm glad to see you're still hanging in there, Aigis.
Don't speak so soon, Junpei.
It really seemed like you cared about him more than anything in the world.
I'm somewhat surprised as well. It's possible I won't feel the full impact until I'm settled back in at the lab tomorrow.
Oh, wait, what's all this then?
Huh? The lab? Are you planning on commuting from there next semester? Oh, no,
She's given up on school.
Aigis is returning to the lab for good. She won't be enrolling as a third year.
Well, seriously? Why? It's been fine this whole time, hasn't it?
The decision was mine. I'm sorry I didn't mention it sooner.
She feels like there's no need to now, I guess.
I enjoy being with you all, but it's time for me to find my own way of life. Oh, but don't worry. You can come visit me whenever you wish.
But Aigis, you should come with us.
Aigis.
Think of it as a new beginning for her. Anyway, we seem to have gotten off track, but I didn't mean for this to be a sad occasion. I've ordered top quality sushi for us all. Same as last time, actually.
Oh my gosh, Mitsuru, this is why you're the leader. You're the best.
We may not have the full team with us, but let's have a nice dinner here tonight.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm not saying no to that.
Top quality? I mean, no objections here. But you'll join in too, right, Aigis?
Yes. Well, actually, does she even eat that stuff? I don't think I even wondered about that last time.
Of course. I won't miss this chance to spend more time with you all.
Well, sounds like a plan. That's definitely an excellent way to see this place off. What could go wrong?
The number of apathy syndrome cases is down from last month, which seems to mark an end to the strange illness.
Slowly but surely, the call of Nyx is losing its hold on people.
In spite of this, surveys have shown that the public's everyday stress levels remain high. According to an investigation by the Ministry of Health and Welfare.
Whoa, when did it get so late?
Yeah, it's almost midnight.
It's almost midnight. It's hard to believe we passed the evening so quickly, even without doing anything in particular.
Time flies when you're having fun, especially with people you really care about.
I suppose it's because sitting here with you all brings me back to the time we spent together.
Yes, oh my gosh. These guys, I feel like they've got, especially because they're the only Persona team who, like, has lived with each other.
I think I know what you mean. I have so many memories of this lounge that I find myself wanting to come back to it.
It's the same for me. When I'm here, I can't help but reminisce on those days.
There were some great days.
It's funny, since, well, the things that happened back then weren't exactly pleasant.
You know, but the bad times make the good times all the sweeter, right?
I get you on the past and all, but isn't there something still off about the present?
No, it seems fairly fine to me.
I feel like everywhere I go, I see people goofing around like nothing else matters.
Yeah, they've all definitely, like, they've all gone through their own journeys.
It's like Strega's dumb ideas never got out of their heads, you know? I mean, is that the kind of world we almost died to protect?
Now this doesn't sound like what Junpei said in Fest, but I've played the journey way more than I played the answer, so I won't be calling out people's quotes verbatim as nearly as much as I did during my playthrough of that.
Wow, you've really grown up, Junpei-san.
I don't need to hear that from you.
It's out of our hands, I'm afraid. We may have prevented the fall, but there's only so much we can do to reform society.
You gotta keep pushing if you want to make sure the Knicks doesn't get any calls to come back.
Yeah, I guess. But still.
And that's all for the weather. At the tone, the time will be 12 a.m.
Well,
What was that?
it just never ends for you guys.
Right at midnight. No way. Is it the dark hour again?
No, something different.
Nah, everything's fine out there.
Wait, the news.
Good evening. It is now March 31st. Here are the latest news reports.
Well, that's not good.
Huh? The 31st just ended, didn't it? Did the anchor misread the date?
Jeez, man. Is that all it was? Well, I guess even the news people screw up every once in a while. Really had me going there for a second.
If only it were that pedestrian.
Weird. My phone says it's the 31st, too.
So, like, it's gotta be a false alarm, yeah?
That's a sensible assumption to make for now.
Mitsuru, her guard is going up.
But something felt off.
It's getting late. We should probably call it a night.
I wonder, maybe it's the power of perception for Persona users. I'm wondering if Yukari and Akihiko felt something as well.
I know we wanted to say goodbye to the dorm with a bang, but not like this.
Yeah, because things were going really well and then they got really weird.
Would it be alright if I returned to my room? I have preparations to make for the move tomorrow.
Oh, of course. Good night, Aigis.
Night.
He just wants to get out of cleanup duty. I know that move.
I'd best contact Yukari and Akihiko, just in case.
Just in case, to see if they felt anything weird. But, alright.
When I close my eyes, I remember the last moment I spent with him, the day he fell asleep. We brought him back to our dorm, fear beginning to well up within us. And the next morning, our fears became reality. He was lost to us.
Okay, so this is basically 1-to-1.
For some time after that, I fell into depression and began having the same dream night after night. A dream where I run after him, calling his name, but can never catch up.
Wait, they show us that dream in Fest, though. Are they about to show it now?
When he was alive, I promised to protect him. And I made that my reason for living.
Hold on. They might show it later on, because... Okay, let me not jump the gun here.
But now, that promise can never be fulfilled. Then, one day, my sadness suddenly left me. As if a mysterious fog had lifted. I stopped dreaming. And I now no longer require sleep.
That seems like it should be fairly alarming.
It's no use. I can't sleep.
Oh.
Can I really continue living like this?
I can't. Well, of course it won't drive her crazy, but no sleep will eventually kill you. Like, there's a disease that actually takes away your ability to sleep. Horrible way to die.
Huh?
Oh.
A butterfly?
There it is.
What's going on?
Nothing good.
Aigis, are you awake?
Yes. The door is open.
Aigis, come quick! We need you!
So this is...
Has something happened?
I never realized how parallel this is to, like, your first emergency at the dorm, but with Aigis and Fuka instead of Makoto and Yukari.
Are we under attack?
It's hard to describe. The lobby floor suddenly opened up, and... Anyway, we need to hurry to the lounge.
Understood.
All right.
Come to think of it, that day I stopped dreaming, that must have been when all this actually began.
Now, this was animated in Fez. I'm assuming it'll be a 3D cutscene here, yeah, so...
What's going on? Are you okay?
Whoa! That damage to the walls is new!
Be careful, Aigis. Whatever it is, it's not human.
A shadow? No, you're...
That one vocalization didn't sound like Stephanie Shave, but it'd be weird if she came back after nobody else did.
impossible. You're just like me?
You're Aigis.
That's not Stephanie Shea.
Who are you? Why are you doing this?
I'm Metis. I've come to protect you.
Protect me?
These people pose a threat to you. Therefore, I will eliminate them.
Well,
What are you saying? I won't let you hurt them.
Then I have no choice.
alright.
I can't let you interfere. It's for your own good.
So, I've been looking forward to this. Metis is one of my favorite Persona 3 characters, and before now, she really wasn't known enough.
Stand aside. This is my resolve.
Okay, and yeah, Ken will comment on it later, but there's actually I feel like it's actually a very solid justification as to why you've lost
You back down? I won't hurt you.
so many... Ooh.
A persona? How are you able to summon one too? Summoning!
A very good justification as for why you've lost so many of your skills. Yeah, get some of that.
What is optimal? Persona!
Go ahead and try some strike skills. Metis is hesitating, which is crazy because she hasn't told us her name yet.
Please, don't resist.
Well,
Combat system offline.
got her. Now, cuts. Yep.
You're stronger than I thought. So it's come to this.
Is that...
Even this?
Aigis!
Hamada! I can't move.
All threats must be eliminated.
I won't let this happen again!
What attack is that?
Whoa!
What is...
Sister.
Aigis, no!
So, awakening to a new power, Aigis' persona Athena has metamorphosed into Orpheus. I'm not gonna say it's a... Orpheus is aight. Indeterminate.
Huh?
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
So, when he would stare off into space...
Ah, it appears we have a very rare guest indeed.
Yeah, Aigis has a lot going on.
Are you human? Or merely humanoid?
It's funny that Igor asks that because apparently Igor and none of the residents of the Velvet Room, well, Igor himself and like the Velvet siblings aren't actually human. But like the ones from Persona 2, like Belladonna and Nameless and all those guys, they were human.
It seems your destiny is similar to mine.
Which is why he says that, I think.
Where am I? Who are you?
Ah, forgive my manners. Allow me to introduce myself.
My name is... Well, let me just go ahead and let him say it.
My name is Igor, and this is my assistant Elizabeth. We both reside here in the Velvet Room.
Pleased to meet you.
This place exists between mind and matter. It is a room for those who have forged a contract.
And I guess rather than literally signing something, Aigis was grandfathered in?
Yes. In awakening to the power of the wild card, you are now bound to a contract.
Good enough.
Henceforth, you shall be our guest in the Velvet Room.
Wild card?
Yeah, the wild card.
Surely you know that of which I speak. The ability to wield multiple personas and their powers.
So, our ability.
Until recently, a young man with the same talent was our guest here.
Which, unless something changes, would have been the first time Igor ever saw something like that.
Are you saying that you knew him?
Indeed, I did. He achieved a marvelous thing, finding the answer to life.
The answer to life.
Yeah, wonder what that could be.
The power you have gained is a means to attain that answer.
If I were to find this answer, would it mean my death?
Of course, that would be the very first thing she asks.
All who live journey in search of the answer, and they find it at the journey's end.
Basically a hint as to what the answer is.
If you have close ties to people you call friends, remember this. Strength of heart, when united, is barred by no door.
So Igor definitely, Igor always has a semblance of what kind of challenge they're going to face.
It was the same for that young man. And that is all I can tell you. Well then, I mustn't hold you here any longer. It would appear that an ordeal is about to unfold upon your return.
Ooh, well,
That feeling again.
so that means that, okay, well, I'll say what it means when we actually see it.
I am certain you will require our help in the future. Please take this.
It's gonna be Aigis' own velvet key. Neat.
It would be best if you came here of your own free will next time. Until then, farewell.
I'm very much looking forward.
I once made a choice to live.
Realized power. I'm very much looking forward to using the compendium, because like I said, there was no compendium in the answer. You had to beat that with only the personas that you could find.
So much has changed since then, myself included. If this new power is a sign that I'm drawing closer to life, does it mean that the answer at the end of the journey is death?
Well,
I was surprised at the time to discover how little the possibility bothered me.
oh, I guess. But she did say she was depressed, so makes sense. Oh. I'm fairly certain Aigis is sitting in a chair or something. She's not on the couch, I don't think. But she is super duper decked out. But yes, that second flash would have been Yukari and Akihiko coming into the dorm.
Aigis!
Glad to see you awake. You really scared us passing out like that.
Oh,
Yukari-san.
dude, they would absolutely be incredibly sensitive to their friends randomly falling asleep and not stirring for a while. That would be something that will make this particular group incredibly fearful.
Mitsuru-senpai asked me to come just in case, and I get caught up in something like this.
It's the burden of being a Persona user.
Come on, seriously?
I'm sorry for worrying you. What's all this?
Yeah, it was kind of random.
While I was fixing your body, I added some additional equipment.
So Mitsuru was pretty techie as well then.
We found some strange things under the floor. There was no sign that you would wake up, so instead of waiting, we tried everything we could.
I see.
It still sucks though, getting bossed around by her like that.
Getting bossed around.
That girl told us, if you want to protect Aigis, you should put that on her.
All right. And so she is still tied up. That's cool.
Hey, sounds like you've had a rough time. No worries here, though. She's on her best behavior now.
Metis, the people are gonna love you.
I guess she wasn't lying after all. Anyway, she can't cause any trouble now. We have our evokers this time.
Right, I'm sure they scrambled to go get those.
Man, why do you gotta bust things up like that? It's my turn to clean the place today.
They put Junpei on cleanup duty for the last day. Honestly, he probably volunteered for it, knowing how he is now.
How about you quit it with the silent treatment and say something?
She's asleep. Though, I guess that's fairly significant, because didn't Aigis say she lost the ability to sleep?
You serious? You were sleeping all this time?
Oh.
And that's what she looks like. They really did. Okay, all the new portraits look really good, but Metis is, they definitely did her really well.
You're looking pretty comfy there. Guess you don't think of us humans as much of a threat, huh?
It's just, I was tired after going into Orgia mode, so...
Did you cooperate with them in order to help me?
The reason I came here in the first place was to protect you.
Sounding very familiar.
You don't need to restrain me. I won't attack anyone anymore.
I don't know if we can trust that. She was gonna kill Ken.
Why the sudden change of heart? You can't expect us to trust you without an explanation.
Well, it's because... I thought you wouldn't like me if I did.
Aww.
Let's release her. I don't know if she can be trusted, but I believe she has no intention of attacking us any further.
Alright, might as well, right?
Besides, if she's really like me, then the restraints won't hold her anyway.
Yeah, I guess it's like she's doing this for you guys' benefit. Oh, she was sleeping until now, so if she wanted to bust out, she coulda. Yeah.
Seriously? And all those friggin' non-stop shifts were for nothing?
So it's definitely at least been yet another March 31st then.
First, tell us who you are and your purpose in being here.
My name is Metis. As you can see, you and I are essentially sister units. In fact, you are the reason why I'm here. I've come to save you from this hopeless situation.
Wait, what hopeless situation?
A hopeless situation? Did something happen while I was asleep?
Yeah, probably should get clued in right about now, huh?
Speaking of which, how long was I asleep?
At least a day.
Since our battle ended, I'd say about a day and a half has passed. Yet today is still March 31st. Tomorrow and all the days after it will also be March 31st. At this rate, it will last forever.
Well, definitely want to prevent that.
Didn't you feel it? The moment time looped?
Looped? Do you mean what we felt at midnight?
I wonder how all that sushi is holding up, but they've definitely already eaten whatever was left over.
Then, are you saying that the same day is repeating itself?
That's not all. We haven't been able to leave the dorm either.
Yep, it was all super normal when Junpei looked out, but as soon as Yukari and Akihiko stepped inside, that all ended.
That makes two ways we're trapped here.
What? But how could that...
Both space and time are being distorted by the abyss of time beneath us.
The abyss of time?
Yet another overhated dungeonscape.
It's difficult to explain. It'd be easier to show you.
So
I'll lead the way. Please, follow me.
So they've had their personnel stretched thin because they had to have people watching Metis nonstop. They had to have people guarding Aigis, and then they had to send people down into the thing. But it's good. I guess it's good that the Persona 3 group overall has had the largest Persona user cast, though Royal obviously beats them for concurrent users. Well, yeah, nobody else has any better ideas. This place is probably going to be huge. Yeah. Though I would say the scale, because Tartarus blew up in scale.
What?
This place is around the same-ish, but still bigger.
This is the abyss of time.
More specifically, the Desert of Doors.
It's uncharted territory that I believe spreads underground, much like the roots of a tree.
How could something like this have appeared under the lounge?
At first, the abyss of time was just a small, self-contained space.
But then it grew and grew and grew.
But then one day, it started growing rapidly and eventually spread to your dorm.
Okay.
It's clear just by looking at it that this place wasn't man-made. It might be the product of some dangerous power, just like Tartarus was.
Funny you should say that.
Sheesh. Haven't we had enough of that kind of stuff already?
Nope. Junpei, when you joined Seas, this became the rest of your life.
I'm not sure words alone can fully convey what's happening, but the flow of time here is abnormal.
Yeah, that much is pretty apparent.
That's why time is looping, and why you can't leave the dorm. The only solution is to find a way to somehow eradicate the abyss of time.
How are we supposed to do that?
You know what, Ken? The same way we do everything else, by fighting a lot.
I've already tried the simplest method that has the highest probability of success. Eliminating all of you.
Oh, well.
The Abyss of Time is linked to this storm, as if drawn to it.
So all this time it's been growing towards us.
And for some reason, you are the only ones who can perceive the time loop. Clearly, there is a strong connection between all of you and what's happening.
So that's why you attacked? To eliminate us?
What the hell? We've never even heard of this place before.
That doesn't mean you guys aren't responsible, though.
If there is another way, it can only be found by entering the Abyss of Time.
Well, actually, I think it was called the Desert of Doors and well, whatever.
You'll have to discover the cause and strike at its source.
So you want us to investigate it under the assumption that we'll have to fight?
Meaning, Seize is back on, baby.
That's why I insisted on the extra equipment to protect Aigis.
Hold on. You're joking, right?
Not even a little bit.
Are you seriously telling us that we have to risk our lives again like we did with Tartarus?
Never mind that. How are we supposed to just believe whatever you say and jump into that freaky place blind?
Well, do you have a better plan?
You know what? She's got a good point. What else do you want to do?
The basement of your dorm is an infinite abyss. Time is looping, and you can't reach the outside world.
If we can't leave the dorm, how will we eat?
That would have been the first question I asked. They've probably already gone through anything that was in the fridge, all the sushi stuff, any snacks that were left over in anybody's belongings.
If we're stuck here long enough and we run out of food, are we going to starve to death?
An extremely appropriate reaction.
If the current situation continues, things could get worse. This is your only option if you want to survive.
Naturally, we all want to survive.
Exactly.
But you attacked us the minute you saw us. You must understand that we can't simply entrust our lives to you.
Yeah, Metis, she did what she thought was best in the moment, but yeah.
I'm not even buying your reason for being here. You say you want to protect Aigis, but what's in it for you?
What's in it for me? I'm doing this because I care about her.
I remember her being a lot more emotional during that.
I mean, she's all I have.
About that, your story doesn't fit the facts.
Yeah, especially so between now and because Fess at one point was the newest entry in the Persona series, but since then there's been a lot more backstory given to these anti-shadow suppression weapons, which Mitsuru would be extremely aware of.
Aigis was the last of her series. No other units were produced after her.
I mean, of course she still said that, but you know.
And on top of that, it bothers me that you talk like you've been in the Abyss of Time from the start. I thought this was supposed to be uncharted territory that was unconnected to the outside world until recently.
Yeah, you got some splaining to do.
Well...
Aren't you supposed to be an anti-shadow weapon anyway? Attacking us humans to save Aigis doesn't make sense.
That's...
Well, we're waiting. Hope you've got a good answer.
Right, because now everybody's got their evoker and we're all staring dead at you.
You better not be thinking you can get away with pulling a fast one on us again.
Enough about me! What good is knowing any of this anyway?
That's it, that's it, Metis. Just sidestep the questions.
Besides, haven't I already told you that there's no time to waste?
I'm sure we can spare an hour or two trying to suss out your story.
Now follow me. Or are you giving up so soon? Because if you are, you should have just let me kill you in the first place.
What did you just say?
Hey, you heard her.
You're right. We may have no choice but to enter this place. But if you continue to act this way, we'll have to go on without you.
Right, leave behind a team to make sure you stay corralled while everybody else explores.
Huh? Without me? You couldn't possibly.
And we're about to see why that's such a bad idea in a second, but
You need me. I know the most about the Abyss, and
As if. What do you know about what we need?
We all risk our lives for each other. If you think so little of my friends, you can't come with us.
well, you better shape up or ship out, Metis.
no.
Might suck, but if that's how you're gonna be, then we'll just leave you here by yourself.
Myself?
Oh, not happy with that? If you'd rather be our enemy, we can settle things right here.
We're so aggro with her. I'm starting to kind of feel bad for Metis, actually.
We don't have to go that far.
Right, Fuka's like, we don't have to all jump her.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me, Aigis. I'll listen to you from now on. I will. So please don't leave me.
Well, I'm convinced. Let's bring her along.
Look, even if you change your tune now, it's not like we're gonna start trusting you.
She'll pull our butts out of the fire enough times for that to not be a problem in the future, I'm sure.
Still, though, maybe it's true that all she really wants is to protect Aigis-san.
Well, Senpai, should we take her with us?
She's got my vote.
Because if this is our only choice, I just want to hurry up and get it over with.
Okay, everyone, listen up. It seems that once again, we must engage in both exploration and battle. I've been thinking it over, and I believe Aigis should take command.
After all, she's got the power of our former ace in the hole, so might as well, right?
If someone with the power to change personas is in charge, we can proceed the same way as before. And if you, as the leader, approve of it, then I have no objections to Metis accompanying us.
Mitsuru-san.
Decisive as always.
If you want to protect me, you must fight to protect us all. Whatever happens, you can't hurt my friends. Can you promise me that?
Yes! I promise!
This better not come back to bite us in the ass.
Akihiko, he's being so real though.
Hey, Aigis. Since Mitsuru-senpai just mentioned it, what's up with you suddenly having his power?
It is extremely random, yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Personas basically operate on their own moon logic.
When I thought we might lose someone else, I got scared. And suddenly...
Metis, was it? Do you know anything about this?
I just met her. How would I know?
Well, okay. I mean, yeah, but you just met her, but you... Okay, well, whatever.
Anyway, if you already know someone with that same power, why not just ask them?
Yeah.
If we're going to end up fighting again, we'd better make sure we're outfitted properly.
Time to put those bad boys back on.
Well, as far as the school records are concerned, you and I are technically still Gekkoukan students.
Right, the school year hasn't ended yet.
Yamagishi, could I ask you to retrieve the armbands from the command room?
Of course. Oh, and as for the things we found when the floor opened up, I put them in the command room. So I'll look into them once I have a chance.
Wait, that's new. Things they found when the floor opened up.
Maybe I can learn something.
So they did add, okay, because I was going to be kind of disappointed if this was like a 1-to-1 rendition, especially after Reload wasn't.
All right, let's get back upstairs.
Aigis?
Whatever she found probably is going to be a way for Metis to get her combat characteristics.
I promise to listen to what you say. So, could I call you my sister?
Go right ahead.
Aww.
Thank you, sister.
Okay. The Abyss of Time, a strange and mysterious dimension that has suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Until we find the reason for its presence, we'll be unable to leave the dorm. We must begin looking into its depths at once. Definitely gonna invest.
Every time I get geared up, my brain gets into this mindset like, time to get her done. You know?
They gave Metis one as well. That's cool. I don't think... Because now that I'm thinking about it, Metis is the only one who didn't have an armband back in Fest. I never noticed that before. So she should be number 10.
No, actually, I don't know.
Yeah. Aww.
I'm just happy I get a match with my sister.
She got all pouty the moment we changed clothes. Who would have thought she just wanted an armband?
You didn't give her one last time this happened, so...
This doesn't make you one of us, though.
Yukari is like, don't get it twisted.
Still, it's a good thing you've got one on.
It means that now she can use Theurgies.
This way, I can get a detailed read on your vitals.
Or Gia mode. When Metis' Theurgy gauge is maxed, her Theurgy or Gia mode can be used. Once Orgia mode is activated, Metis will automatically attack during her turn for 3 rounds unprompted. During Orgia mode, her attack and defense will increase significantly. Keep in mind that once Orgia mode ends, Metis will overheat, rendering her immobile for her next turn. So, Fest...
I had some extras prepared, but I didn't expect we would need them again.
So, the only thing with that is that in Fest, they actually make a point of saying that Metis' Orgia mode is stronger than Aigis's. But because the mechanics of the game are different now, they don't need to overcompensate in that particular fashion, I guess.
Well, is everyone ready to start exploring? Are we missing anything?
I don't think so, but I've got a bad feeling about this.
Hey, you know it's about to be shadows galore down there.
Junpei here might not, but what about the rest of you?
Yeah, I can't put my finger on it, but something does feel off. Agreed. Something's not sitting quite right.
And obviously the scene is completely brand new to episode Aigis versus the answer.
Huh? I'm the only one hyped?
It's okay, Junpei. You bring the energy up.
Wait, hold up. I definitely feel something. I think maybe.
It's okay, Junpei.
Yamagishi, have there been any changes to our readings?
Well, I don't know how to put this, but
Is she gonna say everybody's a lot weaker now?
they're indicating that everyone's strength has weakened significantly, which may prove to be an impediment.
Yeah, so Ken is the only one who comments on this back in Fest. He likens it to studying for to cramming for a big test, and then afterwards you lose all that information you got, which I thought was a very interesting way to, because it made sense.
Ain't that like really bad for us? Is it because of that Abyss of Time thing?
I don't seem to be affected. Are you sure it's not simply because you're all weak?
Metis, she's like, she's like, I had a pretty easy time winning against you jokers, but we all should be around level 20.
Oh, we're weak, are we?
Save it for later, Akihiko.
Right, because he's instantly ready to tussle.
So if it's not because of the Abyss, does it have something do with us.
We did take a step back from fighting for a while, so that's probably the biggest factor.
Aw, they have Fuka say it instead of Ken.
More importantly, your persona's output is currently unstable, so their abilities are partially limited right now.
So we're gonna basically have to re-unlock all our stronger skills.
Maybe we just forgot how to fight? Does muscle memory even go away?
Like I said, personas operate on moon logic.
Not that it really matters. All we can do right now is work with what we've got.
Well, you know, easy for you to say, but Aigis, you're nervous too, aren't you?
Oh, cool. We can talk as her right now, or now. Let's say we're uneasy.
Right? I don't know. Seems like it'll be pretty rough.
You have nothing to worry about, sister. I'll be there for you.
And with Koromaru's vote of confidence, we're good to go.
Well, now that we've established the situation at hand, I'd like to set expectations a bit before we head out.
Probably going to be the same as before. Aigis will pick whoever's going.
I should operate on my own to find out whether or not there's more to those materials we found underground.
What materials are they talking about? But yes, back in Fes, you don't have access to Mitsuru, Junpei, or Koromaru to begin with.
Flying solo, huh? I guess you are the only one who can identify that sort of thing, though.
I'll regroup with everyone once I learn more. There's something else I want to look into as well, so it's more efficient for the team to progress without me there. Your objective is to see if the Abyss of Time connects to anywhere else besides the dorm.
And she's talking to Junpei and Koromaru.
And since we don't know how much time this will take, it's imperative that we secure our supply routes.
Oh, in that case, kinda seems like a job for Koromaru, don't it? I mean, he's sharper than a human, you know, with his sense of smell and all. Yeah? Your game, bud? I'm a little worried about us being weaker than usual, though. So, how about I come with you?
All right. I've gotten really used to Koromaru's new human voice.
All right, I'll let the two of you handle that then. Iori, Koromaru, and I will go about our own tasks. Everyone else, follow Aigis' command and focus on exploring.
All right, so that we're not overwhelmed with choices at the beginning. We only have to pick between Akihiko, Yukari, and Ken to begin with.
I'm counting on you, Aigis.
I hope to reunite with you all soon.
And I as well. Give it the best you've got, Aigis.
Let's head out once you've decided on our course of action. If we want to make progress, then we better get to it.
All right, golden. So, immediately, let's go ahead and check to see what Metis is working with. Running around is... Okay, that's different. Okay, so this is just what her text boxes look like.
Excuse me.
Did you need me to explain anything? Tell me about the Abyss of Time. I believe the Abyss has spread beneath us like the roots of a tree. Basically, it branches out in various directions, going deeper and deeper down. And the area right below us is the Desert of Doors. Okay. Each door there seems to lead to a different place. We should be able to use them to traverse to other areas. So, and I believe our first door is going to be Judecca.
Alright, here goes nothing.
Kinda worried about what could happen in there, but Koromaru and I will go check things out. Leave finding supplies to us. You just concentrate on exploring, Ai-chan. And so the reason why they're taken out of the equation is so that you can focus on being the fire user for the group. And here's Yukari, definitely not symbolically standing apart from everybody else. So let's talk to Akihiko first.
Not good.
Slacking off on training can impact both boxing and actual battles. It's too bad I've fallen out of practice. I'll have to work harder to get back to where I was before.
Precisely.
It doesn't seem as though this problem will simply resolve itself. we may have to fight. Don't worry, whatever the cause may be, we'll overcome it. We've already saved the world once, after all. That said, I'll be investigating on my own for some time. I'll leave the rest to you, Aigis.
So,
I feel like it's not just my persona abilities that were affected. I can't handle my weapon as well as I used to either. I guess battling is kind of like studying. You have to keep at it if you want to maintain a certain level of aptitude. So we all slacked off and now we're paying for it. So that abyss of time down there is what caused all this, huh? Guess we'll have to go in and try to figure this all out. Sounds like no one has a clue what's really in there, but that's all the more reason to check it out.
Hi.
Aigis, there's something that I wanted to ask you. Is it possible that you can no longer activate Orgia mode? Which would mean that her theurgies have changed. Probably just to the fusion spells Makoto was using. Would you happen to know why? I thought something was off when I was backing you up in combat. As for what's causing it, well, it doesn't look like you're malfunctioning, but how should I put it? It's almost as if you forgot how to activate it.
Sorry.
That sounds a bit silly, but it's apt. I can't understand what Koromaru-san is trying to say as well as I did before. It seems as though he wishes to head inside the abyss and explore, I think. I understand why they changed it, but I would have preferred Koromaru to still be on top of that. But we're going to go ahead and actually begin exploring the Abyss of Time. That's all going to be next time, though, so definitely join me then for a Persona 3 Reload, episode Aigis the Answer. Gonna have to figure out a shorter way to say that.